The most promising indie games center on anthropomorphic dinosaurs graduating high school, a teeny fox with a sword and shield, and a stray cat, who is also wandering across an apocalyptic post-humanity cyberpunk landscape. But I'll leave the arm show analysis of pandemic-era game programmers for another time. Here are our most anticipated video games of 2022. Before we start though, please like the video, sub to the channel, and hit the bell to stay notified for future uploads. Starting off, Rainbow Six Extraction. This game will be released on January 20th on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Stadia, and PC. Originally titled Rainbow Six Quarantine, the wisely retitled Rainbow Six Extraction is a spin-off of Ubisoft's uber-popular Rainbow Six Siege. In this new game, players team up to fight against a parasitic alien threat, Pokemon Legends Arceus. This game will be released on January 28th on Nintendo Switch. Pokemon has stuck rigidly to the same formula for decades, and it's time for a shakeup. Arceus will be an open-world game that borrows heavily from hits like Breath of the Wild and Monster Hunter, and is set in an era before humans lived to live in harmony with Pokemon. Catching Pokemon now requires the reflex-driven style of Pokemon Go, though the turn-based combat remains in place. Next up, Dying Light 2, Stay Human. This game will be released on February 4th on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. The parkour-heavy zombie game is back, but this time it's 4 times bigger. The new installment, arriving 7 years after the original, still focuses on leaping across rooftops and evading the undead, but it also boasts major story improvements. Now your choices within the game can change the course of the plot and even the layout of the world. Next up, Sifu. This game will be released on February 8th on PS5, PS4, and PC. Has a martial arts action game ever looked so fluid? Sifu not only spotlights the beauty of Kung Fu, but also offers an innovative spin on combat gameplay. Every time the playable character dies, he comes back as an older version of himself, a metaphor for the experience we gain as we age. Next up, Horizon Forbidden West. This game will be released on February 18th on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. One of our favorite video games of all time is getting a sequel. Players will be reunited with Aloy, a formidable warrior who, in the first game, set off on a journey to find her mother and uncovered the secret of how our America was destroyed and rebuilt. Her world is fertile with plant life, but beset with dinosaur-like robots and warring clans. Forbidden West not only promises to answer some questions about Aloy, but also to lean into her eco-conscious mission. The game sends her into gorgeously rendered underwater environments and The game sends her into gorgeously rendered underwater environments and atop awe-inspiring mountaintops to fight threats to the planet. Next up, Elden Ring. This game will be released on February 25th on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. An unlikely duo collaborated on one of the most anticipated games of the year. Hidetaka Miyazaki, creator of Dark Souls, has teamed with A Song of Ice and Fire author George R.R. Martin for Elden Ring. So this is what he's doing instead of finishing Winds of Winter. The ambitious open-world RPG is set in a medieval land filled with dragons and demigods. Next up, Gran Turismo 7. This game will be released on March 4th on PS5. The storied racing game gets another entry with stunning graphics that may convince gamers who don't care at all about cars, like us, that they ought to give Gran Turismo a test drive. The real star of Gran Turismo 7 will be PlayStation 5's DualSense controller, with haptic feedback and adaptive trigger features that should make the real driving simulator pretty darn lifelike. Next up, Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. This game will be released on March 18th on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Breaking from the typical Final Fantasy mold, this prequel-ish game will be an action-heavy soul-psych from Team Ninja, the studio behind Neo. The RPG centers on Jack Garland and the Warriors of Light. The studio has assured Final Fantasy diehards that the lore is the same. Next up, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. This game will be released on March 25th on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Lover or hater, Tina from Borderlands is getting her own spin-off game. Wonderlands will be a looter-shooter cooperative action game. But in addition to the usual guns, rocket launchers, and grenades, players will also wield crossbows, swing swords, and even cast spells. This game's biggest selling point is the stacked voice cast, which includes Will Arnett, Andy Samberg, and Wanda Sykes. And one more, Forspoken. This game will be released on May 24th on PS5 and PC. The Final Fantasy XV developers have teamed with a formidable writing crew that includes Gary Whitta, Rogue One, and Amy Hennig, the Uncharted games, for an open-world RPG fantasy game. When a young New Yorker named Frey yearns for something more in life, she's suddenly transported to the land of Athia. The Athian people greet her as a savior who must fight a force of evil terrorizing the land. Well, there you have it, folks. Did you like today's video? Let us know in the comments below. With this, we're going to wrap it up. If you enjoyed, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more awesome videos. We'll see you in the next one. Till then, adios.